Alright, so here's everything we need to make homemade pasta. The professional 5 Plus blender. Don't settle for the professional 4 Plus. Definitely use the 5. Here we have a mixing bowl. That'll come in handy. And the paddle's in place. We're going to need 1/2 tablespoon of water, 2 eggs, 1 3/4 cups of sifted all-purpose flour. For a special treat, try using cake flour. 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and no, it doesn't have to be Borton's. 1 fantastically expensive 3-piece pasta roller and cutter set. On Sunday morning, I go down to the sweet store and buy those wonderfully delicious pastries. Wait, that's not part of the recipe. Well, maybe it is. And once we have everything in the bowl, we turn on the mixer. I'm putting on speed number 2. We're going to mix that for about 2 or 3 minutes. Alright, so I've kneaded this dough for about 10 minutes now. It's pretty stiff. You know, even if you break it open, look at the texture of this. It's some of the thickest dough you'll ever see that you're making any kind of a product with. But this is about right. And now, the important thing is to take this ball and let it set for about 20 minutes or so. There's precious little moisture to lose, so I like to put it in a plastic bag and seal it up. So now, while we let the dough rest, we take 4 tablespoons of wine and add it to the cook. No matter what kind of noodle that we use, we're going to have to use the roller. That's for every possible thing that we're going to make. Our choices are going to be something like, what would you call this? Maybe linguine. Look how wide those slots are. They're going to make a wide, flat noodle. What we're fond of around here is a noodle called spaghetti. So, while the dough's resting, let's go ahead and set up the roller. We'll want to set up a plate underneath to catch the spaghetti as it comes out. One of the things is that I haven't found the perfect plate. Ideally, I'd like to have something that was maybe wide enough to sit on the mixer, but far enough to come out, so I just kind of, you know, just set it there and flop it around a little bit. Situation normal. Another 4 tablespoons of wine will offset any heartache because of a tilted plate. Okay, so now that the dough's been resting for about 20 minutes, we're going to break it up into, I don't know, maybe 4 or 6 little chunks. So right now, the rollers are set to number 1, and we're going to punch this dough through. Initially it's going to come out kind of flaky. Squeeze that back together, push it through again. No, I think we can go another time. Maybe once more. Alright, that's one piece. Okay, it's time to push the rollers a little closer together. We're going to decrease that gap. I'm moving from 1 to 3. Now we'll take our kind of thick dough and make it a little thinner. Of course, because it's thinner, that means it's going to stretch out a little bit longer now. Each time we run it through, the dough gets a little finer in its texture. time to move it from 3 up to 5. A little thinner still. Oh, it's really starting to stretch out. Okay, now it's time to turn it up to number 7, which is as thin as we're going to get. Also, it's time to start thinking about how long you want the noodle to be. So, personally, like, that's a little bit long for us. We like our noodles about, maybe that long or so. So what we're going to do on this final step is we're going to cut the dough into the length that we want it. Hey, sweetheart, can you grab those scissors out of my toolbox, please? Okay, now that I have my utility scissors, just kidding, these are the scissors we use to trim the dog's hair with. No, just kidding, these are regular kitchen scissors. So, we're going to run this through, and I think I'm going to do 2 runs on each piece. Oh, look how long that is. I'm just going to trim the length that I want. Put on the spaghetti attachment. And now I hope your water is heated and boiling, because these noodles are almost ready to go in the pot. Alright, so what do you think once we boil it? You know, the person who taught me to make noodles said that this is just as easy as opening up a box and pouring them in a boiling pot of water. I think that person's out of their mind. This is incredibly difficult. Alright, now that we have a pot of rapidly boiling water, We're going to take our noodles and drop them in here and try to spread them around so that they don't get all stuck together. Ooh, these are going to be good. Alright. And now I'm going to borrow my spaghetti sauce spoon and mix the noodles and bring this back to a boil. It shouldn't take too long. Also, these noodles don't take as long to cook. Yeah, this came out great. They're not stuck together at all. So I've been using this spoon for my spaghetti, so you can see little pieces of oregano and maybe a couple little tomato pieces that floated up to the top. I don't know. Do you believe in that kind of integration? Using the same spoon for noodles as you do for spaghetti sauce? Wild, isn't it? Oh boy, that's gonna be good. Yep, that's it. Okay, all rinsed off and ready to go. Okay, so there's the dish. The pièce de résistance is we take a couple of these Olive Garden Romano cheese packets. These are left over from a meal that we ordered from those guys, and geez, you believe it? Some people actually throw this stuff out. There you go. Judy's gonna like this.